Hi, this is Dave Johnston here with Day Trade the Markets. We're looking at a 2-minute chart of the September Nasdaq contract. So what we've seen here, of course, we had the huge sell-off a week ago. Today is Friday, June 16th. So back on the 9th, last Friday, we had a huge sell-off. We have exceeded that low that was formed that day, but our view has been that these really big sell-offs that we have had as the market has rallied over these past number of weeks, actually dating back from last fall in the election time frame. Any big sell-off that we have had, it's turned around either the next day or very soon thereafter. And so we did have a bit of a bounce on Monday. It did rally up and have some follow through on Wednesday and Thursday. But today it is, even though it did come down here and hit into the 61 area, it's not quite to the low that was formed on that Friday, which is around 58. So I'm really of the view that this market has sold off hard, really to go down to find some buying. And we have found some. You can see I've got another order in there just in our support area, which is just above this magenta bar that made the low of the day. As you can see, this bar over here, I'll just make a marker here at the top. I think this is a pretty critical area, and I suspect that this is going to hold. And the low that I was just referring to is in around this 58 or 59 area, which is just below where we got to today. So we've got this position in place. I'm going to go ahead and put the stop in down in this area in here, and I'll put another stop in here because we'll have 8 at that time. So just going to go ahead and put that in there and see what we can get. We've still got about 3 hours left in the trading session, so still have a lot of time for this market to make a move. So I'm going to stop the recording at this point. Actually, what I am going to do though is I'm going to go ahead and put in a sell limit just up in this area here. We're long from 85. I'm going to put a sell limit in at 91 for half of this position. So just want to have a target in there for now. So I will pause the recording and pick it up as the market dictates. Okay, just resuming the recording here. As you can see, the market did dip down almost to our price where we're trying to buy another fort, 56.7875. It hit within just a few ticks of that and then turned higher. It looks now that we're about to get filled on our first objective here. So at this point I'm going to cancel this, and I'm going to move the protective sell stop to just underneath that last dip we had there and cancel that one as well. So just risking a couple of ticks on that at this point, and looks like we just hit our price. Okay, we just got filled on that. So I'm going to leave this stop in where it is right now. We've got about 2 hours or so left in trading, a little over that. So hopefully this thing can keep moving up higher, and we'll just keep monitoring it. So that's looking good so far, and we've adjusted our stop. We've hit our first objective. So just leave it like that for now. I'll pause the recording and pick it up when needed. Okay, just resume the recording again. We're consolidating up in here. We have had a couple of our deceleration bars, as you can see. Of course, the deceleration bars are the bars that have triangles below them or above them. You can see we've got a couple of selling bars here with triangles below them. We've got one up here with the triangle above it. So we're really just consolidating within this this green bar right here. So not getting down to the low that we had tested here. Came close. We hit our support to the dot right here. We didn't get filled on our other pullback in here. So I think this market is still looking good, but I think it's only prudent to go ahead and move this stop up at least a little bit. I'll put it at 58.50, and I've got a marker in here, and I'll just put that right there at 58.50. We did get filled, of course, over here on the first half of the position on 2 contracts at 91 even. We're long from 85.25. So just wanted to bring you up to date on that, and we've got almost exactly 2 hours left in the trading day. So hopefully we can get another leg higher here. So I will pause the recording and pick it up when needed. Okay, just restarted the recording. The market did have a bit of a dip down here. It got to 90.75. Our stop is at 88.50. So I'm just going to leave the stop in where it is for the time being. It's a couple of points below that little dip right there, and we're about 3 points roughly above where we entered long. So I've locked in about 3 points on the second half of this position. So I think we're okay for now. Just going to leave it like this, and I'll pause the recording and pick it up when needed. Okay, I've just resumed the recording. We just got stopped right here. You can see just the previous bar. This is where our stop was. We put the marker in here at 88.50. So you got about 3 points on the second two contracts. So it's a total of 6 there. And we got 6 each on the first two contracts. So that was 12 there. So total of 18 points on that trade. I think this trade was interesting from the standpoint that, and if I can just kind of squeeze it together to see the whole day here, how the market really dropped down quite nicely. And when it did drop down like that, you can see here that the first wave here kind of paused, a small box formation, and then a new one down here that was rejected. You can see the test here left a lot of excess and came right around, moved up above where this really good selling started from. So, and this is also an area of potential support down here around 56, 58. So we hit around 60. So we're talking about that earlier in the video. Came up in here. Then we got long in here after the rejection of this red bar here of the selling. We tried to get long in here, likely support. It didn't get filled on that. So we were only long the 4 contracts. So I think the trade went well. I still think this market is likely to move higher come next week. So I'll be looking once again at trying to be a buyer down here in the 56, 77, 78 area. So any questions or comments, you can reach us at info@daytradethemarkets. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.